Here it is, the most clickbaity title I've ever written. Oh wait, never mind. As usual, don't attack or harass anyone I commentate in this video. A lot of the mistakes here are mistakes that a lot of people make when reviewing OCs. I just happen to use these people as examples. Their content will improve, as will anyone's if they try hard enough. I mean, look at Junkie as an example. There, you were mentioned in this video, are you happy now? So with that being said, let's get into this. OC reviews have become really popular on YouTube recently. I suppose it was inevitable because a lot of big users made some of these things in the past. I think the biggest user who made OC reviews was Savdraws, and she in turn obviously inspired a lot of people to make reviews too. And if anyone in the comments wants to jump on a whole hate train, just please don't. Sav's improved her content a lot and is obviously trying to bury past drama, so like, be chill, yeah? She's chill. Just stop. Basically, OC reviews are pretty big business on YouTube, and there's a lot of them out there, so let's take a look at some things people do wrong when reviewing OCs.
This happens a lot. The color palette is extremely cold. While the purple is warmish, the only real warm color in this character is her mismatched colored eyes. The red one, of course. This means that there's no contrast, which is a bad thing.
Okay, yeah, I see the issue of colour schemes brought up a lot in these reviews. Yeah, complementary colours are good, but not every character needs to have them. That would severely limit the colour scheme combinations available. A character is allowed to have a cold colour palette or a warm colour palette. I've mentioned colour coding so many times before, but the colour scheme can be used to reflect the character's personality. I mean, dudes, look at my talk sprite. Ciel's colour scheme consists of only cold colours. It can be used to say a lot about the character. I mean, even the talk sprites in the video I'm commentating consist of mostly cold colours. It isn't a bad thing. Also, PS, purple isn't a warm colour. Just read up on colour schemes before you start criticising someone else's, please.
This is gonna sound a bit mean, but in all honesty, this character does look like a Mary Sue to me.
Okay, this might sound a bit mean too, but you actually need to read about the character before coming to the conclusion that they're a Mary Sue or not. I don't know whether it's just me who thinks this, but you shouldn't really base your decision on whether an OC is a Mary Sue or not just by appearance alone. One must also take into consideration the world that the character lives in and the lore of that world. You can't tell if a character's overpowered if you don't know what the other characters in the same setting are like. An example, one might assume that, I don't know, Rainbow Dash is a Mary Sue if you just look at her design and design alone. But those who are aware of the lore and setting of My Little Pony will know that she's not a Mary Sue. Basically, judging a character's place in the world just from their appearance is pretty bad practice. Some characters need to have more colourful schemes or a different appearance to distinguish them. We all know the way the main character in anime stereotypically has the silliest hairstyle. There's a reason why. We need to be able to tell who a main character is just by looking at them. Biographies exist for a reason. We can't just judge characters on appearance alone.
Okay, this one I just don't like it at all. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
Biographies exist for a reason. I literally just said this. That aside, personal biases come into OC reviews so much. If you're giving constructive criticism, then your biases shouldn't come into play. Your complaint should be based in fact, if you're expecting someone to take your advice. Don't just say, I don't like this character's choice in clothing, when you could say things like, this character's clothing choice isn't practical and doesn't work in the setting. Obviously that's an example. If you want something to change in the character, then you need to tell people why and how they can improve it, not just assume they will take your advice just because you said so. People have their personal reasons for making a character look and act the way they do. Sometimes you have to understand where they're coming from to be able to give an unbiased and mature review of that character. In my years of doing this kind of stuff in high school, college and university, none of my tutors have ever given me biased opinions when giving me critiques or reviews. And remember, this doesn't just apply to OCs, this applies to any creative medium. Don't get angry if people, quote unquote, can't handle criticism. If your criticism consists of you saying, that's edgy or oh, that's cringe. Giving no reason for your criticism is on par with what cringe compilation creators do, except verbally. And we all know my stance on cringe compilations. In your reviews, you want to seem knowledgeable in the subject so people will take your criticism seriously. And at the end of the day, you're trying to advise, not make a mockery of yourself.
creature fall into the swamp from which he spawned.